Samantha Baldwin is determined to start a campaign to expose what has been going on in the family courts. She has been very badly affected, but has decided to turn that pain and anguish into something positive by raising awareness for others.
I was in the news, unfortunately. If people knew what was going on in the secret family courts, I believe they'd be truly horrified. I mean, if it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. And I just want to stop this from happening to other innocent children and families who've been punished just for protecting the children. And my aim is to do a campaign on this and just bring attention and shine a light on what's happening insofar as I can do, and bring about changes to the family courts and just to make children safe, because I know there's been an atrocious miscarriage of justice in my case. I'm innocent, and that's all I can say basically. And I just want to help to expose this, as there's so much secrecy, because in the secret family court the media isn't allowed to report, so you only hear the judge's findings, which are made on a balance of probability, and there's so much room for mistakes. These mistakes are costing children their lives in some cases. Some children have actually died as a result of these family court judges making these horrendous decisions. Worst case scenario, sometimes in the sole custody of an abusive parent, and quite often the innocent parent ends up with no contact whatsoever, and it just shouldn't be happening. So my campaign is to expose this. I just don't want this to happen to any more children. I know I'm innocent, and as I say, I can't talk about this in any detail, but it has to stop, because children are losing their lives. We only get to find out about those children who've actually lost their lives. And I know of at least 4 children since 2014 that have lost their lives due to family court judges making the wrong decisions, placing them in danger. And they've got to be held accountable. No one is. These family court judges, there's nobody holding them to account. They are literally getting away with murder. They have blood on their hands. And we can never know how many children are being abused and battered every day as a result of these family court judges making these wrong decisions. And in the meantime, just wanting to silence the safe parents, so we just literally haven't got a voice. Well, I have got a voice and I'm going to use it, and people have to know the truth. And I can't say the details, but what I am saying is that I'm innocent, and I can't have this happening to anyone else. And people have to know the truth.
How much support have you had so far?
I've had a lot of support. Luckily, a lot of people believe me and know I'm telling the truth. There's a lot of public support from people I've never even met before who can see through the lies. And what I will say to those people who don't believe is that you will find out one day. The truth will come out, because it always does.
And how far do you want to take the campaign?
Well, as far as it can go, really. I want it to go viral. I want everybody to know about this. I mean, luckily people are starting to talk about it on the media, like we've seen in the Victoria Derbyshire show, and it's time this was brought to light. Really, I want this to go massive. I want everybody to be talking about it, because if people knew what was going on behind closed doors, they would be truly horrified. If this happened to your children, how would you feel? It's your. You want to protect your children and keep them safe, but the family court isn't looking after the children's best interests.
And how has it personally affected you?
How it's personally affected me, there are certain aspects of my life, there's certain details that I can't disclose because of the gagging injunction, but this has hit me. The loss has been the greatest. It is like losing loved ones to death. Because, well, I'll leave it at that. I'll leave people to work out what's happened there. And financially, it couldn't have been worse, basically. And again, I can't give details, but in a criminal court you can lose your liberty, but in a family court you can lose your children, and you can lose your house, you can lose your finances, and you can lose your reputation as well if people do believe what's being put out in the mainstream media. Not all mainstream reporters publish lies. Some of them did actually publish the truth. But it destroys people, absolutely destroys people.
And are you hoping to get the law changed?
Yes, I'm hoping to make changes within the law. I want the balance of probability to be changed within the family court to be increased, the burden of proof to be increased to a higher level, so that innocent parents can't have false findings made against them on a balance of probabilities, because judges are just literally making it up as they go along. It is being completely misused. I also want people to be able to choose whether they have a judge or a jury, because the chance of bias is obviously increased with just one person, one single judge. And the other one is to allowing polygraph testing to be included within the evidence brought forward to the court, to be included whenever child abuse allegations are brought forward, so that both parents have a chance to have a polygraph test and have some extra evidence as to who's telling the truth and who isn't, because somebody in that courtroom is lying and somebody's telling the truth.
So how can people help with your campaign?
I'll have a website, and I'll have social media pages, and also petitions, so people can help by signing and sharing petitions, and by really getting involved on social media, by sharing posts, by retweeting posts, and just basically spreading the word by talking to their MPs and just shining a light on this subject and really becoming as involved as possible.